Welcome back. It's now time to talk about what's going on in Kano State as far as the APC is concerned. The national chairman of the party has been suspended in his ward. His ward members have now been suspended by the local government. What is happening? Abdullahi Fagi is the APC state legal advisor. He joins us from Abuja studio. Mr. Fagi, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Of course, help us make sense of this avalanche of suspensions and counter-suspension. Let's begin from a very generic note. We saw the report that the national chairman was suspended in his ward, and we saw another report that those people who suspended the national chairman have now been suspended. Maybe walk us through what exactly is going on.
So, thank you very much. Actually, yes, I have gone even through the two reports myself, just barely 10 minutes before coming into this studio. Well, for the first one, let me put it categorically clear to all viewers that there was no any suspension made against the national chairman of APC, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Why I said so is because all those that said they have suspended the national chairman were not even the members of the All Progressive Congress, talk less of being the executive members of the Ganduje ward of Doakin Tofa Local Government Council. So for any suspension to said to have been made, it must be made by those who are invested with the power, with the bias, with the capacity to do so. So this person, especially the person that Alex said to be the youth leader of that ward, was not a member of the party, and he is not a member of the party and has never been member of All Progressive Congress. So also the other members that said they were the executive members of that ward. So that is why I said that there was no any suspension, even ab initio, because the suspension cannot just be made by any person. The suspension, if there is any suspension, it must be made by the legitimate executive members of that ward, but not just any person to be sponsored to come and say. In fact, I was even surprised when some online dailies even carry that report.
All right, Mr. Fage,
because they need to authenticate.
My apologies if I may button. Because of time, I want to get your reaction to this as quickly as much of them as possible. Are you saying, because what we know is that the Executive Council of the Ganduje ward, led by Haruna Gwanjo, are you saying you don't know who Haruna Gwanjo is? Is that what you're saying?
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. The Ahmad Muhammad Ganduje, the chairman of the Ganduje ward, and this is their letter. I don't know whether it can be seen here. This is the letter they even wrote. They held a meeting immediately after seeing that report. All the executive members of the Ganduje ward, 27 of them, if the time permit, I will even read with their signature, their name, their designation. All of them, they sign the letter. This is their letter and their report denying and denouncing that suspension, purported suspension said to have been made. And that, the same person you call is the first person, that is ward chairman, Ahmad Muhammad Ganduje. Look at his signature. So all the executive members, 27 of them, wrote a letter to the local government executive committee as well as the state, denying the fact that all those that said they were the members of the Ganduje ward were not the members. These are the genuine executive members, and they deny that later. And in fact, all those that claim to be the members,
are you saying,
there is even a machinery set in motion now for them, for the complaint of impersonation.
We need to get this clear. Also, I would plead with you, answer my questions just as they come. Do you know Mr. Haruna Gwanjo?
Okay. I know him.
Is he an executive member of that ward?
He is not the executive member of that ward because the signature is not his.
So who is Haruna Gwanjo?
He didn't affix his signature to that letter.
So who is Haruna Gwanjo?
Hello?
So
because this is the Haruna Gwanjo that deny signing that letter. Ahmad Muhammad Ganduje,
my sincere
that's
apologies.
the chairman.
Mr. Afage, we're totally out of time, so we need to get this fact right. You say you know him. Is not.
Okay.
So who is he? Who is Haruna Gwanjo that led this press briefing? Who is in the party?
That's why I said he is not even the member of our party, the person that led that briefing. He is not the member of the party. It's not the same Ahmad Muhammad Ganduje. That is the real and actual chairman of the party.
Mr. Fage, the reason I'm asking is it's a bit confusing that did you also see that the executive members were suspended by the local government executive as well?
No, that suspension was not in respect of those that wrote that letter. There were two members. There were two members of executive of that ward that were part of that issue of suspension. But all the other members that claimed to be the members of the executive of that ward were not even the members of that ward, were not even the members of APC.
All right, just we're totally out of time. But if my producer can help me play if we have that clip, I think there's a translation of when that suspension took place. I want you to hear it.
Today, on the 15th of April 2024, we, the leaders of the APC in Ganduje Ward, Dawakintupa local government, engaged in thorough deliberation and subsequently decided to suspend the erstwhile governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, in light of the allegation of bribery involving foreign currency. It has come to our attention that Ganduje has been summoned to court to answer for these accusations, a development that we believe could potentially besmirch the reputation of our esteemed political party. This resolution was reached collectively on behalf of all executive members of the APC in Ganduje Ward, Dawakintupa local government, Kano State.
So those were the people, their faces and their signature. So do you still stand on what you said?
Exactly. Why? Because this is the 27 members executive committee of Ganduje Ward, and they deny ever suspending Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the national chairman. And in fact, they even now lodge a complaint against those that claim to be the executive of that Ganduje Ward. They even lodge complaint against them before police. So if there is even complaint against those that they said we have suspended the national chairman, and they now, in fact, in the evening, they held a press conference, all the executive of Ganduje Ward, they deny ever written that letter, and all the 27 executive members, and I have just shown you their names, their list, and their designation, all of them.
All right, Mr. Fage, apparently we need to now look for who
this
wrote that
letter doesn't emanate from them.
All right, the SPC will have to explain to us why the letters emanated from, where there is a counter suspension to people that are non-existent or did not sign the letter. It's a bit, but I'm sure there's an explanation. I must thank you, Mr. Abdullahi Fage, APC legal advisor in Kano State. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you.